Today, Addis Ababa stands as one of Africa's great capitals, a city of history, diplomacy, and culture. But it did not begin as a city. It began as a temporary military camp, a place of tents, smoke, mud, and horses. This is the story of how that camp became the beating heart of Ethiopia. Welcome to Ethiopia History. For centuries, Ethiopia had no permanent capital. Emperors traveled with their courts, building temporary settlements known as Khatuma. Where the emperor went, the capital went. But this system had problems. Resources were quickly exhausted, forests were cut down, and people suffered under constant relocation. A new idea was needed, and history brought the change through Menelik II and Empress Tatu. When Menelik became king of Shoa, he built his base at Entoto, a mountain overlooking today's Addis. Entoto had advantages: a strategic military position, cool weather, and historic churches like Entoto Mariam. But there was one big problem: no water. Soldiers complained, animals died, life was difficult. So people began descending the valley to warmer land with natural hot springs. Among those who noticed was Empress Tatu. Tatu visited the springs and said, "This land is sweet." She believed the valley offered life, comfort, and possibility. She convinced Menelik to build lodges there. Soon, soldiers set up tents, merchants followed, and farmers brought food. What began as a resting camp slowly became a permanent settlement. Empress Tatu named it Addis Ababa, New Flower. At first, Addis was simple: huts made of wood and mud, animal enclosures, and markets shaded by cloth. Then came churches, administrative houses, and storerooms. Stone replaced mud, roofs became stronger. Roads began to form, slowly. Menelik encouraged nobles to build homes nearby so the court would no longer need to move. Addis was no longer a camp, it was becoming a capital. Menelik wanted Addis to connect Ethiopia to the world. He introduced telegraph lines, modern roads, postal services, hospitals, and schools. Foreign engineers arrived. Ethiopian workers learned new skills. Caravans carried goods from the Red Sea ports to the growing capital. The smell of coffee, spices, incense, and horse sweat filled the air. Addis was alive. The city grew, district by district. Arada for trade and markets. Piazza for foreign shops and hotels. Situs Kilo for palaces and government. And Mercato, soon to become one of the largest markets in Africa. People from everywhere came: Amhara, Oromo, Garage, Tigrayans, Muslims, Christians, traders, and craftsmen. Addis became a reflection of the entire Ethiopian nation. In the 20th century, under Haile Selassie, Addis Ababa took another step. It became the diplomatic heart of Africa. It became the headquarters of the Organization of African Unity, now the African Union, along with major embassies and international institutions. African leaders gathered there to discuss independence, unity, and the future. Because Ethiopia was never colonized, Addis became a symbol, a place where Africa speaks with its own voice. But the story of Addis is not only triumph. The city faced overcrowding, poverty, political conflict, revolution, and migration pressure. During the Derg regime, Addis witnessed hardship and fear, yet the city survived as it always has. Today, Addis Ababa is a city of more than 5 million people, home to universities, museums, and theaters. It is the center of politics and economy, a gateway between past and future. You'll see busy streets, high-rise buildings, light rail, traffic, noise, and energy. Yet, at its heart, Addis remains the same new flower planted by Menelik and Tatu. Addis Ababa is more than buildings. It is memory, struggle, migration, and hope. A camp became a capital. A settlement became a symbol. And the story continues. From mountaintop camps to an African capital, Addis Ababa reminds us that great things often begin small. If you enjoyed this journey, Like, share, and subscribe to Ethiopia History. Coming up next, we'll explore the lives of Haile Selassie and the story of the African Union. Thank you for watching.